Hey everybody, it's Jochen Hayden, and I'm back with the Hellsen versus Hayden, Part 2, Version 2. I'm playing Japan, he's playing Allies. This is December 9th, 1941. Okay, we just grabbed Adac. Did I say this was Scenario 2? It's Scenario 2. So we grabbed Adac without a fight. Okay, Task Force reacting. You saw that near Samar, right? Alright, that's cool. So these are some ships that are apparently fleeing Singapore. That's my assumption here. This one torpedo should be enough to sink this. So I've got subs stationed all throughout here to catch stuff fleeing down towards Merak and the Java Sea. We'll see what that sank. Okay, so this is one of the ships that was probably at Kuching. Might get away. That's weird. So my sub chasers elected to let this guy go. That's fine. Oh boy, check this out. Yep, looks like this is going to be a swing and a miss as well. What I think is strange here is that there's actually a cruiser task force shadowing these guys. I would think they would have reacted first. Okay, these guys are probably going to want a piece of this action here, so why would they try to evade? Oh, man, what a pain. Okay, I get it. So these are actually an ASW task force. They're not a surface combat, but I would still think these are like full-on destroyers. They should take this fight. I don't think I agree with that game engine aspect here. And then they retreat as if they're scared or something. What is going on here? All right, so we have a Dutch sub down here near Camaran Bay. That's to be expected. Nothing super. You know, this is quite normal here. Oh yes. See, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so these AMs are really hard to hit with torpedoes because they're so small, but one of these should be enough. So this is the guy that's been sweeping my mines near Manila, and it appears we stopped him. No more mine sweeping for that guy. Okay. So it appears that the Triton elected not to fire on this guy who's already on fire. My torpedo boat with the torpedo beats. Dodging two more torpedoes near Camaran Bay. Something just sank there. So these are all my troops now. We're landing at different bases. Okay, so far so good. Just trying to grab stuff while I can. Okay. This is really bizarre. Um, these are obviously ships out of uh, Hong Kong. What they're doing, where they're at, I don't really understand. I'm wondering if they were heading south and they reacted north to evade these guys, and in the process of doing so, we just kind of like herded them up this way. That's my guess. So I don't really know any other reason why Hellsen would be sending these ships this way unless he was trying to be intentionally distracting. So I think it's safe to say that most of these ships are a goner. There's not much we can really glean from this, so I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through it and get to the good stuff. Yeah, right off the bat. It's looking pretty good. So, 4 ships sunk outright. The Nanning it will probably sink shortly after this, so that's fine. I'll take that. Okay, so you may notice these are Betties doing some spotting here. These Betties are actually mine coming out of our new airbase at Kuching. They're probably spotting my carriers. Allied CVE? I don't know about all that. So my biggest concern right now in the campaign is weather. Oh, great. None of my strikes are going to go out, man. Did you see all those canceled sorties? That's really going to hurt me right now because I need to be putting damage on these bases. And if my bombers aren't flying, it's not good. Okay, so nothing at Singapore. He's not even trying to put up a cap at Singapore. Okay, hitting Loyang. I'm not so much concerned about taking out troops as I am slowing these guys down. The intent of this is not to keep these not to destroy the units from the air. Oh, what? Where was the escort? This is bad. This is bad, guys. I put up escort and it didn't go. I put up a sweep, they didn't fly. So we're gonna lose a lot of Betties here. All right, this is out of. Oh my God. Guys, I don't know what to tell you, but I swept it, okay? I put sweeps up, I did everything, and it did not go. Or it didn't coordinate. So we just got cap trapped. That sucks. So my biggest concern right now in this campaign is getting cap trapped. And then you just saw what happens when it happens. Damn it. Like, I don't know what else to do. I have escort assigned. I've got sweeps to go in front. I did all of those things, and it didn't work. So, I don't know what I'm supposed to do when none of that coordination occurs. That sucks. Wow, 2 destroyed by flak? And all the 15 lilies and we get 1 runway hit. Man, that stinks about those Betties. So that's always my biggest fear, is getting cap trapped. But I took all the necessary precautions at Manila to avoid it, and they still didn't work. So I don't know what else to do when that happens. I just have to eat it, I guess. And those are going to be very difficult pilots to replace right now, because they're highly specialized bomber pilots, and I don't have a lot of feeder units to replace those pilots with. Alright, so these are the Bettys out of Monado. Looks like we sank 2 ships, but it took all 15 dang Bettys to do it. Okay, we're hitting some ships in Terracant. Okay, so that ship sank. Wow. What a garbage AM phase. So many of my aircraft didn't fly, and the ones that did got cap-trapped. Oh, man. More weather cancellations. Come on. Oh, thanks for showing up, guys. Now that the enemy's already gone. What a waste. Oh. Okay. So these are aircraft coming out of Kuching. See, this is what I'm concerned about. I think this is what Hellsen's doing. He's just parking ships here so that it attracts my bombers towards them so that he can cap-trap these guys. That's what he's doing. That's... Alright, in the meantime, though, and these stupid Bettys, instead of going for the ships that have no known aircraft around them, right? They're going to a base where there's a ton of aircraft. So let's see how many Bettys I lose this time. Oh, none. Hopefully we find something juicy there. Oh! I'll take that. Come on, guys. Let's get something on there. Let's get something in there, guys. Come on, guys. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Come on. Oh. Come on. That sucks. There's the dang repulse. Now we know where that's at. And we lost all 10 Bettys missed with torpedoes. That was our chance to sink this stupid thing. That's really frustrating, man. If I didn't have bad luck in this game, I wouldn't have any at all. No. Oh, now they show up. Gee, thanks. So now these guys come in with escort here, but the other ones decided to go in by themselves because that makes a lot of dang sense. Alright. Man. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, these nails are dead. That sucks. God dang it. I'm so worried about cap traps too, and it's happening. Alright. I'm going to have to set the range of those nails so low that they don't go anywhere near where his fighters can be. That stinks. And I can't even sweep, escort. None of that's working. So like I can't even guarantee that my bombers aren't going to get cap trapped every single time. Wow, these Bettys are being incredibly ineffective this turn. Shoot. Oh, man. Oh, so much for that. Now this ship's gonna get lit up. That's sunk. Shell hits, torpedo hit, it's done. I had to get the supply off those ships though, so. Okay, landing at Nauru. What a bummer, man. Alright, let's get some ground combat here south of Nanchang. Wow. That's surprising. Must be good terrain there, huh? Attacker op mode. Oh, jeez. I was in the wrong op mode, guys. I thought I had it in combat. Okay, this is Rabal. This should be a blowout.
Hello, my misguided friends. This is your #1 enemy, Orphan Anne, from Radio Tokyo, with another blow to your morale and some music to console you. Today, the Imperial government announced that the ever-victorious forces of the Japanese Empire have captured Rabaul.
Rabal! That's about the only good thing to happen this turn. Okay, this is a pursuing take regiment hitting sedate. Unfortunately, we did not kill the base force. It would have been nice if we'd done so. Okay, we have some ground combat here. Okay, at least we were in the right op mode this time. Okay, we grabbed that one. Nauru should be basically uninhabited. We killed the entire garrison with bombing. And this should be no big deal. Cool. And then Abamama as well. And Tarawa. Well, definitely a really bad turn. Just the thing around Baton, the Nels getting caught up there. I get that. That's my mistake. But I did everything I needed to do to cover the attack on Manila, and it just went uncoordinated. And I don't know what to do about fixing that. I don't know what else I can do except not attack it, but I have to. So there's no good answer here, right? If my bombers are going to go in without the escort, if they're if the sweep is going to go in after the bombers already went in, then what am I supposed to do to fix that? I really can't. And that stinks. Yeah. Oh well. That's it. I want to restart. I don't want to play anymore. I'm just kidding. Okay. Aircraft losses today. What a slaughter. I got jacked up. 42 aircraft lost, 8 for the Allies. 26 Bettys, 8 Nells. Bad, 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 bad day to me. Just a complete breakdown in coordination of my aircraft because you saw my escort, my sweeps did go in, but they went in after the first wave, and it just was a big mess. I was pretty upset initially, but I talked to my friend slash advisor slash spirit animal Desert Wolf, and he calmed me down and assured me that these are losses. While these are not great, I don't want to do this every day. I can absorb these, especially in scenario 2. So I'm calm now. I'm able to talk about this rationally. So let's talk about it. So you can see the losses here. Not a good day for me. Top pilots, also not a good day. So 35 pilots lost today. And these are hard to replace right now because they're good pilots. And we're not getting a lot of kills on the board with the fighters because Hellsen is not interested in taking these fights. He is full Sir Robin mode, and it's really frustrating to me. But this is a strategy that the Allies can use. So, okay, let's talk about the Army losses today. Were a little bit better for me. 47 for the Allies, 1 for me. Ship sunk. We had these 2 ships that were awake. They finally went down. I knew they would. They're not of really real value. I don't really value these AKs with a cruise speed of 8. Nor do I value these AKs with a cruise speed of 8. Because they only move 2 hexes per movement pulse, so 4 per day. So I don't want to lose ships, but if I had to lose them, these are the ones that I don't mind losing. Because they're just not that great. And then we destroyed a bunch of other allied ships, but nothing on this list that really stands out to me. Okay, so for the turn, we gain 170 points, bringing the allied win ratio down to 4.732. This is no barn burner of a campaign right now, I'll tell you that. Especially with these air losses we've been taking. Terrible. Oh, yikes. Alright, let's fire up the old combat reporter and see how bad it was. So we'll start with the sea activity. We had the sub at wake. We did have this weird surface engagement near Pakoi, where we sank these 5 ships that basically came out of Hong Kong. How they ended up here, I couldn't tell you. I don't know if this is just a feint by Hellsen to drag my ships out of the way or what, but we sank 5 of these, but these are ones that you expect to sink anyway. I don't really know why they were there. I think we just kind of herded them up this way. We sank AKL near Muntok. We destroyed the Bittern, which was messing up all my minefields, so I'm glad that went down. He did, unfortunately, it looks like they have another AM that's able to sweep mines there too, though. At Kuching, we had a weird situation where my surface task force elected not to attack, and instead of staying on field, they decided to retreat from an AKL. I don't really know what happened there. At Guam, we ran into the Penguin, which should have been the ship fleeing Guam, and nothing happened here. What's more frustrating to me is that we have these guys here as a covering force with the Max Reactive 6. This thing is 6, and it did not engage. So I don't know if I'm escorting my task forces correctly, because these guys did not get involved whatsoever, and they should have reacted to this, right? And they did not. So I'll have to go back and figure out why my close cover task forces are not reacting to targets. It doesn't make sense to me. If you guys know why my cruisers did not engage this target when they clearly intercepted the task force they were attached to, let me know. Okay. Camaran Bay, we had some sub-activity. It looks like the K-17 fired a total of 6 torpedoes at us and missed them all, which is fine with me. On the ground, we took Tarawa, Tabatuea, Sedate, Rabal, Nauru, Abemama, and we had some ground activity here in China. 2 where we did well, and 1 where I was in the wrong op mode right here, and we basically broke even. This one did not go too well. It's the op mode that really screwed me on that one. Okay, amphibious operations. You already saw we hit all these islands here. So Tarawa, Tabatuea, Nauru, Morotai, Manus, and Abemama. Air raids. Oh boy. Let's see. Anything really useful here? Guess we got a torpedo hit on a ship in Hong Kong. Batavia. Oh, yeah. We caught up to the repulse, guys. And our bombers did nothing. We sent 10 Bettys in there, and they all missed. They did have some fighters airborne there. We shot those down. But, yeah, this raid did not go very well. Baton, this was completely my fault. So these guys are going in for a naval strike because I put my max range for these snails too far. And the cap down here shot them down. This one, unexcusably my fault. I will eat these without complaining because I know better and I didn't fix it. Manila. Now this one is what really got me chapped. I had 21 Bettys that elected to go in without their escorting zeros or without the sweep going in first. So they went in cold turkey and hit 21 P-40Bs and got shredded. Basically, none of these made it out. You notice that I also had a sweep and an escorter raid go in later, but this was not coordinated. And I looked at my settings here. I'll even show it to you. Look at this. So these Bettys, right, are set to go in at 7,000. Look at that. Bettys, 7,000. These guys at 7,000. And look at the... I have fighter sweeps set up, right? Manila. Only one of the sweeps actually took off. And I also have escort. Look at escort at 7,000. So everything was coordinated for altitude goes, but they just didn't go in at the right time. So what that's telling me is that these guys here are the ones that took the losses, right? So these did not link up with anybody. So I am not going to use these in this kind of way anymore. So we're going to stand these down and not use these Bettys like that. And I actually, when we go around the map, I'm going to talk about my strategy change as it pertains to my aircraft usage because it's not good. I cannot be throwing away my bombers like that. All right. Anything else? The rest of these are pretty not that exciting air raids. I'm not going to bother with them. SIGINT. Radio transmissions in China. There. Something on Sakhalin. Anchorage has got something. Sitka in Alaska. Sovetskaya Gavan, which is weird. Oh, that's there. And then Boise. Some activity there. Probably aircraft moving around. Okay. So for the ops report, I just want to show you the combat report here. Weird that it said an allied CVE is reported as hit. That was over here in the Java Sea. There's no way that there's a allied CVE in here because they don't have any here. Let's see here. These are the ships that are reported to have been sunk right now. So slowly adding to the list. All right. Let's see. Japanese. These are the bases that we took this last turn. Rabal, Sedate, Tabatuea, Nauru, Abemama, and Tarawa. Okay, that's great. And then submarine. I look at this. Looks like we have another American sub claimed as sunk. So this is basically, it was a slam dunk on the submarines at Manila. I think maybe 1 or 2 may have survived that, all said and done. But not a big bit. Most of them got out. No, wait, I take that back. Most of them did not get out. And that's okay. So check this out. I thought this was pretty cool. I-123 detects a possible enemy submarine at 7777, but is unable to close within the attack range. That's going to put it right about 7777. Right there. And I totally believe this. There are S-boats that are out and around the Luzon at the beginning of the campaign. So it's very conceivable that the I-123, which, by the way, I don't know where they're going. These guys are going right back over here. I'm going to put them maybe here. Because I still think that he's more likely to use the Philippine scene to escape, because moving down this way, he's just going to get caught up by us down here. So he's probably going to use the Philippine Sea, and to do that, he's going to have to come back around through here. So I've got a sub here and a sub there, and I will try to intercept those guys coming out of there. Max react to 1. Let's make sure they have absolute threat tolerance, because I don't want these guys getting scared on me. I don't even know if that even helps my subs, but we're going to do it anyway. Okay? Actually, the I-124, I'm going to turn the max react down to 0, because I only want them intercepting ships in this hex. I don't want them trying to wander into Bataan to get these guys, because we'll hit these mines here, and that'll be the end of that sub. Okay? Alright, so there was a sub out here. We may have had a chance to shoot it, but we didn't. Alright, that's it for Combat Reporter. Let's go around the map. Okay, China, still on the move here. We're trying to get into Changchao, and we're going to start working our way up the road here from Sinyang. Doing some mop-up operations down here. I really want to create a pocket in this area and take these bases and clear all these Chinese troops out of here. I want to free this whole area up so I can move these troops down this way. On the Philippines, we're in Cabanatuan, so we're going to take that next turn. And that's going to clear a path for my armor to get all the way into Manila, which he appears to have evacuated. So it looks like he's forming up in Clark. See, everything is retreating down this way and up into Clark. He has got a single unit trying to intercept us here at Tugugurao. So when these troops get in our next turn, we'll just deal with these guys at that time. But the armor is doing well. We've got 3 units moving at full speed. They should be down. Oh, excuse me. It's late here. We should be into Manila within 6 turns. Maybe even less. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, call it 6 days. We'll be in Manila. He has abandoned it, so I'm just going to take it. All right. In Southeast Asia, not much to discuss here. We're still reorganizing down here and moving stuff and getting our troops into Pisanuloke. From there, we'll start working our way towards Rangoon. Okay, in Malaya, I've come to the realization that I made a bit of a tactical error here. I went in really heavy at Kota Baru, and I probably should not have, because check this out. I'm moving troops down this road towards Timalo, and I'm looking at how fast they're going. We're moving about 11 hexes a day. 11 miles a day. That's about 5 days a hex. We won't get down to Singapore till next year at that rate. So I'm going to have to shift focus here and come up with another plan. Because coming down this road is not the way. So I think what I'm going to do here is continue rolling down this flank and grab the base, at least at Taiping. Once I clear all this out, I can just take these troops and strat move them into Taiping, and then continue down this side of the peninsula. Because if you see here, this dark red line is what you want to be on. This is the fastest way into Singapore, staying on these roads right here. Trying to come down this trail, which is what the light pink is like a railway trail. It's like walking along the track. It's not an improved road or anything. And I should have realized that when I started this thing, and I didn't. So I'll come up with another plan, but we are not going to walk all the way down to Temalo like that. We'll be here till next year, and I don't have time for that. So we'll push the offensive this way and then rail these guys around and get back on the road and continue down. That's the plan. Okay? So a little shift of focus here. In hindsight, I probably should have gone for Kwanton, all said and done. But now I know, gotta do that next time. I made a note of it. So we got our little base firmly established here at Kuching. And as you can see, they were striking stuff. It just didn't have a lot of success, right? And this is it. The Force Z seems to be fully formed up here at Batavia. And it's definitely not out of the fight. And I am concerned about that being an issue going forward, because I don't think those ships are as damaged as I thought. They clearly got out of Singapore just fine. We know the Prince of Wales got out. We just saw the repulse. We see light cruisers here. So I would say the bulk of Force Z is here. And basically all of ABDA command is fully intact because he's not interested in fighting us. We don't know where the Boise's at. We don't know where the Houston are at, so that's a threat. And also, since I'm talking about it, the 3 destroyers that were here are now missing in action. They could be down here at this point. It's very possible, but I think I would have picked them up with my naval search. But the destroyers are no longer here. And I'm not going to waste any more time looking for them. I got other things to do than search for those destroyers. So they got away. It is what it is. I'm not going to keep exerting effort hunting 3 destroyers. KB Light, Mini KB is over here, just picking off ships. We're denying them access to the Celebes Sea by being here, but I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to keep moving it around every turn so that he doesn't get used to me being right here. Because before you know it, I'm going to have these stupid Dutch subs just coming after me. So, yeah, we're definitely going to keep moving around and blocking off the Makassar Strait as a retreat path for these guys. We also have my Bettys here at Monado, and we got plenty of aviation support, right? So we can start bringing in a lot more aircraft here, which I'm going to do. We're also working on expanding the airfield, so we can start carrying out bombing missions too. Because right now we can really only haul torpedoes, which is fine. Torpedoes are good for the ships, but let's see here. Yeah, we used 16 torpedoes that turn, so we need to put some more in there. But yeah, from Monado, we're going to start springing out and hitting other places. All right, we took Rabaul, pretty easy. And then we're also landing at other bases. So at Manus, we'll take that. We just landed at Morotai, so we'll take that. We will be landing at Gazmata, Shortland Islands, all these places. I'm going to go quick to take these guys out. And I have a big plan. I've got a plan, guys. Trust me. It's going to be great. Also, I got a little aggressive out here in the Gilberts because I'd like to get these tied up quickly and just be done with it. I'd like to hold them because then at least he can't be parking stuff in there without me knowing about it. We grabbed Nauru. So now that we grabbed Nauru, we're going to cancel unloading. And we're going to load up our troops again. And then from there, we will go ahead and continue on to Ocean and take that. Actually, I should have split these guys up to do this, right? Anyway, so what I can do here is dock, load troops. And then these guys can go to here. Let's do the forwardmost stuff first and back cap the rest of the stuff later. So let's go load troops. Don't care about the supply, leave it. Accept. And then from here, we'll go and take this guy. Cool. I'll grab all these dot bases and be done with it. Then we quickly need to pack up and get out because we are pretty hyperextended down here. And we could have an American carrier showing up. We could have cruisers showing up down here. Any number of things taking these guys out. So I want to quickly grab these little bases and be done. Reconsolidate and wait for more support before we go any further into the South Pacific down here. Yeah, so let's see. Oh, we can talk about Wake Island. So he cleared out all my ships there, and now I need to figure out a better way to get additional assets into here because the supply level is not going to last very long. So I'm going to go ahead and figure out how to get supply in here. And at some point, we need to extract the 146th. And probably this SNLF too. It's a pretty good one. I need to figure out how to extract these units and get them out. But I need to do it safely because if the American carriers show up, we got a huge problem. And I don't want to be caught in the middle of unloading. So I'm wondering if it may be advisable for me to use a bunch of maybe fast transport task forces to do this and bring them out in little pieces at a time. I don't know. I got to figure something out because I really need this piece. I need them back. I need them back. It's as simple as that. So I got to figure out how to do that quickly. All right. And then finally, we are at Adac. These guys were heading back, but I forgot to put their home base as Adac. Or I should have put remain on station rather, but they're going to come back and drop off supply, and then we'll figure out how to start expanding through the rest of these islands right now. But yeah, we're in the Aleutians, and we got what we needed here. Plenty aviation support, so I can probably look for maybe like a, what do you call those, float patrols? Or patrol aircraft, float patrols. Nope, I need the big boys. Not Jake's. Where are my Mavises at? There they are. I think we're going to take these guys. And let's see how their naval... Yeah, not bad. We'll probably take these guys and move them over to Adac. Just so we get some additional spotting, right? So between Wake and Adac, that's going to leave a very small window for the Allies to get through. And I can just put a few patrol boats out here just as a little tripwire. But yeah, that should give us pretty good coverage. I wish I could have Midway to complete that circle of spotting. But I think that's just a bridge too far for me right now. And I don't think I could properly support it, especially with 2 Allied carriers somewhere out here. He would intercept us before we ever got in there, and it'd be the end of it. I would need Keto Butai to really take care of this on this far into the campaign, and it's not going to happen. All right, so that's basically it for the turn. So before I end this video, what I want to talk about is my strategy going forward as it pertains to my aircraft usage. So obviously today was a bad day for me. I lost a lot of Bettys and Nels, and those are actually my most important bombers because they have the best air crews, and they have the capability of stopping enemy shipping. And I cannot afford to be using them or losing them this way. So I did talk to Desert Wolf because I went and cried to him about how bad the turn was. And then we were talking about how I'm using my aircraft. And he recommended to me, and he's absolutely right, that these Bettys are being wasted bombing in Manila. This is an Imperial Japanese Army Air Force problem. This is not an Imperial Japanese Navy problem. These these Nels and Bettys should not be used for this. They should be at Bangkok, providing air support for naval strikes, for denying access into Rangoon. They should be here at Kuching, providing cover for shipping strikes in the Dutch East Indies. And they should be at Manado, providing cover out here. Right? That's where I should be using my Nels and Bettys, not bombing the Philippines. That's a Sally problem. That's not a Nell problem. And I should have seen that sooner, but I didn't. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start pivoting these aircraft into other roles. So these Nels and Bettys are going to start moving to Kuching, to Bangkok, and Manado, and eventually down here to Rabaul as well, to provide naval strike support for my operations down here, because that's where they're best used. Then I'm going to start grabbing my Betty, not my Bettys, but my Sallys and Lilies and Sonias and those things, get them over here to the Philippines and use those for the airfield suppression role, right? But this is not an Imperial Japanese Navy task. So my Army bombers are going to start being used strictly for supporting Army operations. My Navy bombers are going to be used for supporting naval operations. I know this, what a concept, right? And then also, I'm going to start rotating out my Imperial Japanese Army Air Force aircraft out of Malaya and move them back towards China and the Philippines, and I'm going to take all these zeros that I've got sitting out here and move them forward into Malaya, into Bangkok, because I'm going to need their extended range also here at Kuching and Manado. So it's going to take me a few turns to make this pivot, but I'm going to make it. Get these aircraft swapped out and get the Army guys doing Army stuff and the Navy guys doing Navy stuff, which is the way it should be. Because right now I've got Navy bombers hitting Army problems, and I'm losing them. And my Army fighters are just kind of sitting in the back, letting the zeros do all the work, and that's not how it should be. So I want to thank Desert Wolf for pointing that out to me so I can make these corrections. Because at the end of the day, I do want to say this in closing. I need to change my mentality with the way I approach this campaign. I was pretty upset and mad today with the bomber losses, but I also need to understand this is my first time playing Japan, and I'm not playing against a rookie. I'm playing against a good player. So it's not going to go great. This is a teaching campaign, not only for you guys, but for me. I want to show you guys with the mistakes that I make so you can learn from me, and I don't really have a problem with it. I'm under no illusions that I'm going to beat Hellsen in this campaign. He's a better player than me. He's got more experience, okay? So I kind of understand that. There's no way I'm going to get an auto victory on this guy at all. Not going to happen. He's too good. But I can learn from this and take notes and ask questions and just chalk it up to experience that if this goes really bad, I'm going to be that much better for the next one I play, because I do intend to keep playing this game for a long time. And I think, despite how poorly my Japan campaign is going, I really love Japan. I love playing with the industry. I love all the stuff, the expansion. I like the fact that they're the underdogs. So I want to keep playing Japan. So this campaign, in which I'm going to give it my full attention and devotion, I don't expect to do that great. And it's okay if I don't. And I'm going to stop getting upset when I don't have a good turn. Because whatever. Okay? If I have a bad turn, I have a bad turn. It's not like I'm playing for the win anyway. I know it's not going to happen this time around. So I'm cool. No more restarts. No more mulligans. If I have a bad day, I have a bad day. I'll brush it off and keep going. And you guys take notes from me of what I screwed up so you don't screw it up. Okay? And then we'll all learn together, because that's what my channel's about. Teaching you guys about this game. Helping you guys get better as I get better. So it's all good to me now. Right? My mindset is clear and I'm happy. And there's no complaints. So that's all I got for now. Post your comments and questions in the video description, or come over to my Discord and ask for permission to join my channel. Let's talk about it some more. I'd love to hear what you got to say. Catch you guys on the next one.